And we're on.
Alright. Huh? You know, I didn't hear the okay from God, so...
From God, what is going on?
I didn't hear the okay from God.
I'm sharing
Answer
my
that
screen.
one prayer.
I legit told you. Now you can see when you start.
Okay, well...
Well, I'm blind.
Misunderstand.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
see without my eyes.
Blind. Cannot perceive.
We'll do it so much better next
welcome.
time. It'll be so smooth. One day it'll be smooth.
One day it's gonna hit go, and I'm just gonna be like, all right, and it's gonna be like I'm gonna have like a whole script. I'll have it memorized. It'll be great. But for now, welcome everyone to Question Bound. Back again, me, Art, with Hulda, the DM of our Warrior Wanderers and Brutal Brotherhood, our main home slice bread slice, and someone you haven't seen before. Oh, Vain, you just blew us all a kiss. Ooh.
Hello, for you.
Oh,
for you, my
gross.
lips. All
Go
for you.
away. Go away.
Affliction, disgusting.
Disgusting.
But today we'll be asking them questions. Okay, they're gonna hate on each other, but don't mind them. It's okay. We love each other. I'll be asking them questions that you can leave down in the chat here, and we'll have someone filtering them on through to me, and I'll be asking them. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the generic question that everyone always asks and always wonders. Holly probably already answered this, but which D&D race and class kind of relates most to you?
Go first, Vain.
Oh, we're gonna go with me
Oh.
first.
Of course.
Accurate.
D relates the most to me. That's a great question. I had a few weeks to think about it since I started playing, and and you know, the edgiest one seems to be Blood Hunter. But also we have the Warlock, which is the evil sugar baby, which I kind of appreciate. I think it's a fun throw right there. So I don't
Always
know.
evil
It
sugar
depends.
babies.
Not always, but you know, some days, if it were me.
So Warlock
You got it
Blood
right there.
Hunter seems like the ultimate edge compatibility.
Exactly. It's just perfect for me right there. That's what I would go for.
You know what? You're valid, edginess.
Thank
How about you,
you.
Hulda?
A bard.
What else is new?
What else is new? A bard, a rogue.
What's new?
Whatever. Yeah, the story. Like, there's one that I've talked to Myth about this. There is one like subclass of bard right now that is really cool, which is the College of Eloquence, which is pretty much just actors. So maybe something there. Maybe I would be like the College of Eloquence.
Sounds fancy.
Yeah,
Sounds
it
good.
does. It does sound fancy. That's why I like it.
See, and I thought I was dramatic.
Oh,
Look at that.
you chose Blood Hunter and Warlock. I don't think
Listen,
there's anything more
College of
edgy and dramatic than that.
Eloquence. I just, you know, I like it.
Here's a time. If you have any questions, I'm gonna need for you to take them and amplify them by 12 because we've got a race Vain. So come through and take Vain out emotionally.
Your worst.
Give Vain your worst. So
It's
go
not
ahead
like-
and
It's not like I do
try
a
a little
job,
hard.
like a good enough job on it, you know, with the worst, but...
Just good. You just do good. I love when you decide to come up with things during the game, and I just have to take it. I just have to keep smiling and be like, yeah, no, I love this. Thank you for adding that little tiny detail that I know what it means in my backstory for me to make me cry. I'll do that after the game. Thank you.
It's my love language.
All right. One of the first questions we got from Star Killer. That's a good profession. You kill stars. What is your favorite dice set that you use if you have one? So if you could describe your favorite dice set if you have one.
I just got... This is perfect because I just got this dice set, and I bought these. I supported this on Kickstarter in June last year. They were supposed to arrive during Christmas. They didn't, but they arrived. this week, and it is duck dice. Fuck! Wait, I'm so
Dice.
pale. Wait, let me do the YouTuber thing.
It's not working.
It's not working. Wait, there we go.
They're
Trying very
beautiful.
hard to put dead dice.
They are
lovely.
huge. The D20 is huge, like absolutely massive. But
You
yeah,
have
I'm
a duck.
surprised they got small enough ducks.
Yeah, no. The D4 doesn't have ducks in them because it's too small. But it has like, oh gosh, I need an
It's so
actual
cute.
camera. But it has like duck symbols. Like some of them have instead of numbers, they have like the little feet, like little duck feet. Like this is 3,
It's so
and
cute.
it's just and then the 4 is the shape of a duck. I can't see it though, but yeah. It's really cute. And it goes in a bathtub. That's the best thing. It came in a freaking bathtub.
I want 20. I love them.
It's so cute. Okay.
Alright, what about you, Vane? Favorite dice? You have
I own only one set. It's the one that I use for
We
Fate.
need to fix that.
I know.
So
I
the
know. I
account
own
is the
one
favorite.
set. And unfortunately, it's too far away for me to go pick up because I keep them well hidden with the rest of my Saint items. And it's a very simple gray and red kind of dice. It's beautiful. I like it. Rolls really high. It is not cursed. It loves me, and I love them. And that's the main reason why I don't have other sets, because I'm terrified of upsetting them and then rolling badly during my game.
To be honest, that is a fair feeling. That is the level of superstition I'm
Okay.
like okay with. Like fine.
is a thing. So next question from Michael is doing his best. Yes, you are, Michael. You're doing your absolute best. And that's all we can ask for. Got one for Hulda. What is the main difference between DMing and playing?
As a player, I get to just have more fun. Not that it's not fun to be a DM, but I get to like play with others and I don't know what's gonna happen, and I think a lot of like the fun is the unknown of what's gonna happen. There's only one person pulling the strings, but also the knowing that I can look. I'm the little shit that likes to annoy my DM. I like testing my DMs. I'll be like, especially Fergus knows this, and Lydia. I did legit told Lydia, like, I will make it difficult for you because I enjoy doing that unless told otherwise. But as a DM, it is so much fun to create stories for my friends because everything I do is like I write with everyone else in mind, and I feel like a little theater director, and I have a little troupe. And I'm like, okay, what kind of play are we putting on this week? What is the story we want to tell this week? And that is a lot of fun. And it's very fun to be creative and then just be like, this is what I'm going to give you. What are you going to do with it? And I really enjoy that.
Yes, you do. Yes, you
I do, though. That's like the nice part, though. Yeah, and it's also like the feeling of everyone else enjoying having a good time also just like warms my heart, because I can see that they're having a fun time, and that's like, okay, I'm doing something right. As a player, you never know if you upset the DM or not, or you like derailed an entire like plot that they've like.
No, we do know. We do know. We see it in your eyes.
Oh, yeah.
We see the daggers
I'm
come out and be like,
It's an action choice.
your mouth.
Like,
It's an
yeah,
active
sure.
decision.
Okay, if you want to just instead of the thing that I planned, that's fine. Yeah. Well, that's
Listen,
always
it's
fun.
as simple as either you just let them do it and you feel a little piece of yourself break, or you say you go that way and there's a dragon.
Yeah,
Level 2.
you go that
And there's a
way
dragon.
and you die.
You can keep going, but there's a dragon. We're in the middle of a house. There's a dragon in the
Dragon.
house.
There's a dragon in the house. There's a gelatinous cube right
Dragon
there.
in the house.
You just walked
No.
into a
House.
gelatinous cube.
In the bathroom. In the bathroom. Like, in the tub. You trying to shower? You can't shower. That's
Shower.
against my plots.
Soz.
Okay, next question. This one's for Vane. Vampire Thembo asked it and said, which saint ever actually kill Val?
Oh no, we're getting into deep questions already. I can't do it.
Listen. Don't be a coward. Come on.
My heartbeat got real fast for a second there. Well, with Saint actually, well, you know what? Saint has a real she respects her work a lot. She has a work ethic that's really strict, and Val doesn't fall into the criteria for her to kill, because Val is a tiefling just like her. And Saint goes after ghosts that have gone bad, demons are hurting people, and other undead creatures and fiends that are doing bad things. Like Val for now is still someone who she wants to be a friend of, and she's trying to, but that little brat keeps acting up.
Wow. Well, all right. Oh, another question for Vain. Scarlet G99 asks, could Vain give us a summary of what we are to know about Saint?
A summary of what we actually that's a fantastic question. I don't know what I'm actually allowed to say because my DM, who's here, knows the whole backstory. Yeah. And I don't know what I'm allowed to say or not because of where we are in the campaign.
No, you're allowed to say what everyone already knows. So what they know is Saint is a blood hunter. She trained and met Rook while training, though she can't remember him. She has a sister. The father is dead.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember more things. What else?
I think the father is dead, mother is dead too. Sister, we've learned, is still alive, possibly somewhere in a sanctuary. And Saint has trained for many years after leaving her home to be a blood hunter with a mentor called, if I remember well, the mentor goes by Julian. And she has fought Rook, won against Rook the first time, and then we met Rook again the episode before this one, and she lost to him by 1 point. I will say that was not a fair fight, and by 1 point she lost. That is not okay. But that's another thing.
You say that it's not a fair fight because you didn't win.
Exactly.
That's not how it works, darling.
That's exactly how it works. But whatever, we can. But yeah, and except from that, Saint is she used to be the kind of kid that would spend her time in the library. She would read everything she could get her hands on, and that's why she's so socially awkward, because she never actually had any friendship before bad things happened. And now she is the way that she is, and we love her for that.
We love it.
See it. If you could play in any, by Levi Cosmo asked if you could play in any dream campaign, what would it be in? Like genre, maybe like a specific kind of game or world you want to explore or something like that. All right, Fergus just kind of roasted you in the chat.
Yeah, no, I saw that, and it got me bitter in my mouth for a second there.
I just want to look. I don't know how that got highlighted, but
Fergus.
It feels like a bit of an attack.
He uses
it's on
points.
site. It's on site.
Channel points to highlight.
You spent money?
No.
You spent money?
No, you get channel points. The longer, with commenting and watching the streams and stuff, so people can use channel points to do a couple of things.
Shoot. Anyway, dream campaign. Back to that.
Dream campaign. Honestly, I've been enjoying every single campaign I've been a part of, even though they're mostly one shots or just the taste of a campaign, and slowly we're getting into it. It's been just a joy. So I haven't played enough to decide what would truly get me to ascend. But we are really close. We are really close.
For me, I mean, I've talked about this already 100 times. Six of Crows. Six of Crows campaign. If someone makes the rulebook for that world, yes please. A Grishaverse campaign. Or I'm modern day witches, like
Mhm.
in our world, but witches. I think would be
Okay.
a lot of fun. Like like Witch and Winx was when we grew up, but
Yeah.
it's our world and not like edgy Riverdale thing. And witches, that would be fun.
Just modern, just like today.
Yeah.
Just like if people had like witch powers and fairy wings and stuff like that, like right now.
Exactly.
So much-
iPhones. That's all you want. I just want iPhones and
I
wings.
just
It's not much.
Exactly.
iPhones, wings, and a cool hat. It's nothing different. I want
And
to go to Starbucks.
Yeah.
And get coffee with my spell book.
Oh my
and
God.
Read it while I'm.
And then like the
Imagine a
meeting,
university
like.
for magic users.
But no, but I didn't even want that. I just want like normal, like they go to a normal university, but the kids that have powers, like for example, meet at the local Starbucks to be like, okay guys, so this is what happened this week. And be like, you know, and they like
just
get
the
like
main
random
characters.
encounters being like, oh my god, I don't have time for this, I have finals tomorrow, like literally give me a break.
It's just like in all those shows where like the main cast of girls has like to do with like school, but like they've also got to like defeat some monster, but they're like, but I've got a date tomorrow.
Yeah, but make it like, oh my god, legit, can we like do this tomorrow, like another time? Like, can we? And then they. I just want something like that.
I know
So it's
you're
like,
evil, but
I know you're evil and all, but
not today.
not to,
Mm-mm.
yeah, and just have like
Mm-mm.
memes being like, not me saving the world, not me.
That's how I feel because I know
Who'da
someone
thought?
mentioned they were gonna do like a Natural Girl campaign. I just want that energy. I just want modern
want
energy
that. I'd be
brought to
like-
magic.
Like, oh my god, like being like, wait, guys, this lighting is really cute. I'm sorry, just give me a second. This is like,
I know we're fighting, but I
Of course
just,
you do something like
I
that.
just,
that would be fun. Like something
like that wouldn't be you, Vain. Like that wouldn't be you.
Oh no.
Mid-fight,
How
taking a
dare you?
selfie.
How dare you call me out like this?
Because you know it's true.
But yeah.
Oh, yeah, boo.
Oh, yeah, that person.
That person.
It's your
It
friend.
says a question for Hulda.
I
That person.
know that. I know.
A question for Hulda. Why must you hurt us in this one?
Because they
I would like to
gave-
repeat the question. Repeat the question for them.
Oh yeah,
Retweet.
and I have a very easy answer because you guys wrote what you did in your backstory.
You're valid. You know, you're not
Surprise
wrong.
Pikachu. Like, I gave my character a traumatic backstory. How dare you use it against me? I gave it to you. And you used it against me.
I was like, it's free real estate. I just don't understand.
Next time, I'm gonna play a D&D character. Who I'm gonna bring back Steve. We talked about Steve in a different stream, but like Steve, a guy who's chilling. His life is fine. He's got a family who loves him. His parents, both of his parents are alive.
No,
He's not undead.
but-
He's an eldritch horror.
That's what you
He's
say.
thriving.
That's what you say. But then I would be like, okay, but that means that in this campaign, it's where
I have
Steve
to
will get
ruin him.
trauma. Because that just means that I just have to give it to him as a person.
Then it's a blank state, at least. I would prefer to have a
Exactly,
blank
yeah.
state, and then I would see whatever you do with him. I feel like that's interesting to me. I've never had a character come into a campaign that I played with or DM'd where they had nothing come in with that was trauma. No one just never not has trauma.
You say
That
that.
was bad
You
English.
say that,
Yeah,
Gwen.
it's because you haven't met them. This,
Someone never not has trauma. Who's playing Steve in the chat? Who's playing a Steve?
who's playing Steve? I have Steve's in my life, and let me tell you, they look at me like, "What happened to
I
you?"
think-
I'm
I
like,
think as
"What
well-
has not happened to you?"
People that
Have
are
you been?
content with their life wouldn't go on adventures, I think. They would be happy.
Right? Why would you go risk your life? And
Why
for
would-
what?
Yeah, exactly, like you're happy with
You
your
guys
wife
sound like
and
puppets right now.
What do you mean you don't want to bring someone back from the dead?
like if you're happy with your life, you wouldn't seek out danger and more, thrill. That
Go
just
to the
doesn't-
tavern and live your normal extra life. There's no need to go fight the dragon. Like
exactly.
Or seduce the dragon.
Oh,
or
seduce
seduce the dragon.
the dragon.
See, Hulda, one day I will play a character that is only charisma
So
and will
bad.
try to seduce everything. Saint
So
has
bad.
tried only once to seduce.
I mean, you can do a warlock.
It's not going well.
Warlocks are charisma based, so you could play a warlock that is like that.
You know what? Wait for the
Here's an
next
idea.
one.
Here's an idea. Here, I've got an idea for you right now, Vain. Hear me out. Hear me out. You're and you know, got a god that's probably evil or some crap, or just a god in general. What if the god was like their lover who just is trying to protect them with magic?
You can do that.
So super flirty.
Patrons?
They got like this god who's like a god right under their finger.
I never had to play a warlock. It was to like have a contract with some kind of very good god, like someone who is pure and wholesome, by like some kind of like misunderstanding, miscommunication, and be a warlock that is only evil and slowly learning how to be a good person because of the deeds you have to do for your god.
Yeah,
and I think
you can be a
That's-
celestial
I love
warlock.
that.
There is a thing. I played a celestial warlock in a campaign once, so you can do that.
I love that.
but you're still an asshole. That's like
Oh yeah.
that's my
Oh yeah.
And that's on character development.
thank you.
Okay, let's go on to the next question from Vampire Thembo. If you had the opportunity to play a D&D one-shot in LARP form, what would you do? Or would you? If you could play like your
Absolutely.
campaign.
I zoned out.
I would jump.
You have to ask one more time.
If you had the opportunity to play a D&D one-shot in LARP form, would you?
I've LARPed for like 10 years, so I guess I'll already do it.
You've already done it.
I've
You're already
already
living.
done it. I've already...
Hear me out. I'll answer. I'd love to. I've never gotten to LARP. I want to.
No, I
Me
LARPed.
too. I would love to LARP. I think I would take a rogue straight on
Yeah,
for LARPing. That would make me happy. That'd be really fun.
you'd suit it. No, I LARPed when I started LARPing when I was 14, and I at least do at least one a year. Because in Norway there's like one big one every year, like a medieval fantasy one, which is a lot of fun. But I didn't play D&D until like much later. So I started with like
Ren
LARPs.
Fair. I really want to go to a Ren Fair. But
I want to go
said
to
no.
Ren Fair. Ren Fairs are not. We don't have Ren Fairs here, so I want to go to like an American Ren Fair, like the ones I see in like vlogs and stuff. They just look so cute.
Where are the Ren Fairs? Why are they hiding from you? I feel like
Because we have Viking fairs instead.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
See, that's a little different.
Vikings.
Oh, see, that's the fun thing about like chatting on VC. I can get sometimes.
Exactly.
Viking Ren Fairs would be fantastic, though. Can you imagine everybody in full dresses but just riding their bikes?
Oh, no! Oh God.
Yes. Yes. All right. Next question from Levi Cosmo. Would Saint ever let herself fall in love?
What are those kinds of attacking saying tonight? Listen, people.
Keep going. Don't stop. Take her out.
Keep going, guys.
Oh my god, you're doing so good. Would Saint let herself fall in love? Well, you know what? That's the thing. Right now in this campaign, Saint has gone through so much, and now she is processing it for all those years that she is letting her heart open to others. And she is making friendships with these people she's been stuck with for weeks now. And she is slowly falling in love with someone. And it's really fun to watch. I think my interactions are really fun. But also, sometimes you get tensions with other characters, and then you don't know anymore. Like, even me, I get like, oh, maybe, you know what? Maybe.
I feel like it's your whole party where you're just like low key.
The whole party, there's tensions everywhere. Like, nobody.
Just any of us when we play. It's just like, are we about to kiss right now?
But that's only the Waywards,
few
though.
seconds.
That is only the Waywards. The BBs is a family trip gone
Yeah, the
wrong.
Brutal Brotherhood.
It's
Yeah, they're like a road trip. They're just a road trip with every aspect of the vehicle, like the mom and the dad who won't ask for directions, and the kid in the back who has to pee, and the two siblings fighting. It's just a whole road trip, is what they are.
And then they got the dog, which is
you
of course
guys
the dog.
like a Real Housewives, kind of like a reality TV show, is what the Wayward Wanderers are.
Yeah.
It truly is. We look into the camera like, are you
Like someone will be like, "I'm not coming to your tea party." What? And the music goes dun dun.
Bethany, I made biscuits.
My birthday.
Oh my god.
Okay, alright, next one. The page one's X. So we know Vain is all about that red wine. But what is Hulda's drink of choice? It's spilled at Hulda, and I was like, Hulda. Hulda.
H-
Who
You
said
are
I'm
the
about red
bitches.
wine?
I mean,
Apparently Pepe.
Oh, hi Pepe. Kisses.
are you red
Pepe
wine
says
though?
you're all
Are you
about the
all
red
red wine then?
I look red wine. Look at me. Oh God.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
That's what you
And
present.
leave.
What do you actually drink? If you go out, what do you actually...
What I actually drink? If you give me the option, I'll be like, do you have like a fruity rosé or something?
I was literally gonna say a fruity rosé. That is my drink of choice. We can drink together.
I get some little fruity.
It is.
I'm very
I
much.
need a
If you
glass of-
offer me bubbly, anytime. Like bubbly, that's my go-to. I love it.
Depends. So I like a fruity
That's 3 for 3.
rosé, but I also like a good Gordon's pink gin with lemonade and a piece of strawberry in there. I also love an Irish coffee, so you know the whiskey, sugar coffee, and mead. So like sweet, like strong
Oh,
drinks.
mead is fantastic.
Mead is good.
Yes.
Like proper mead.
Yeah.
Also, this is a weird one. This is like I really like a drink here in Norway, in Scandinavia, called akvavita. It's very strong spirits. You don't really drink it unless you're like out eating and it's Christmas time. But it's a really, really strong spirit called akvavita, which I actually really enjoy, but most people don't.
Does it mean what does it translate to exactly? Because it sounds exactly
So,
like what I drink.
So akvavit is what it's called in Norwegian. Akvavita is my translation of it, which means like the water of life, which it's not.
Exactly.
But it's like it is a very high percentage of alcohol in it.
Yes, that's what we also have. I'm Colombian, and we have something called aguardiente,
Ooh.
which means how would you say it? It doesn't sound as good in English as usual.
As
I feel like
usual.
Gloria and Mother Family. It sounds better in Spanish.
Exactly.
But exactly, it's aguardiente. It means fire, like fiery water, like
Ooh,
water
maybe
that's
it's
on
very
fire.
maybe it's similar. We should look this up afterwards. Someone take notes. We should look this up afterwards.
Notes, and that's like what my go-to with my family. That's the go-to with the family. You always drink that,
Mhm.
and like it's so strong, but it's like water. It just goes. It's
I love
beautiful.
that
I
we're
love
both
it.
showing everyone what absolute alcoholics we are.
Whoopsie.
Not me working at a pub
But,
and
I'm
cocktail
Art.
bars just
Hi, I'm
ruined
Art.
me.
I just like the fruity shit. I'm Art, and I just like it when it's fruity. I don't drink that
I
much,
just-
but I like that when it.
Oh, no, I lived in
I've
in
been
London.
21 for like half a year. but you
Oh,
know.
that's the thing.
Mhm.
We're allowed to drink when we're 18. So, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've drinking before I was 21, but legally.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I just wasn't a fan of drinking, so.
Same
alcohol is
here.
Not like a for me.
Depends
That's
what you
okay.
drink. Oh, I also like a Guinness. A good Guinness is great.
That's okay. Like a Guinness is the only kind of beer I will drink.
Yeah, that's fine. Sorry. Next question before we continue showing what kind of alcohol
Talking about
alcoholism
drink.
on
I'm
stream.
just here. We can make this question bound, drink bound, where Vane will eat like a new food every time, and
That's that I cook only for this show. Only when I'm
you only cook when you're on camera. Otherwise, you don't
Exactly.
eat only when we're on live. So
Exactly.
everyone can be like, "Wow, it looks so good," and you're just like, "I know."
I know, yummy, isn't it? Like me.
My first meal of 8 days.
Oh my god. The girl puts on a tiny
Alright,
bit of
next
eyeliner
question.
and she thinks she can rule the world. I mean, I love the energy, but I'm just
honestly,
jealous.
honestly, this would honestly a little bit, and you know what? That's okay.
It's
It's
fair.
okay.
Fair.
It's with love. All right, next question before we just keep going about whatever the heck we're going on about. Does Scarlet G99 does Hulda have the same intolerance to bullshit in real life as she does as a DM?
Sorry, one more time, you cut out a bit.
Does Hulda have the same intolerance to bullshit in real life as she does as a DM?
No. No, I am very patient IRL. Even if I know someone's not quite telling the truth or being a bit rude, I will literally just sit there and swallow and just like wait it out. And I will just listen and be a good friend. And be like, you know what? I'm not gonna step in. But in DMing, oh man, I'm so quick. I'll be like, no. No. Don't be a little shit. But yeah, in real life, I'm very, very patient.
You're so kind and sweet, and then we get to play with you as our DM, and I'm terrified. I live in fear as a character.
That is the only time I can like let out, okay? I mean, I'm a very polite, kind person. Yeah, it is. It's like, it's just waiting. It's just building up for the next week. Like, Saturday's coming soon. Just don't worry. Just keep it in. Just keep it in. Yeah. You let it all out afterwards.
Rip Vain. Rip Somewhere Bound. Couldn't be me. I just do Question Bound. Rip y'all. Hope you guys don't have to have Hulda after a particularly bad week. You might die. Okay, next question is from... Okay. Oh yeah, Boo. I'm gonna call you Boo if you ask another question. Boo.
Boo.
Asks for Vain, will you ever cosplay Saint?
You have, haven't you? Ish?
Y'all are asking the hard questions tonight. I love it. Thank you so much. I wanted to keep it a surprise. We're working on something, but yes, I will be cosplaying Saint very soon. And I'm very excited because I have this whole outfit for her and I love everything about her. But my only question is, would you guys like to see current Saint from the past? Like, we have to pick what we're doing first. And that's my main issue right now. Yes.
Can we please have current Saint and get used to current Saint? And then BAM! We have one video with like a flashback. A little tiny. And then it's back to current Saint again.
I want to see Baby Saint.
I want to say Baby Saint, but I don't want I just want Baby Saint for like 2 seconds. And then we're like, oh my god, what happened? Jesus Christ. Like, oh my.
Baby Saint. Can we get a Baby Saint in the chat, please?
Baby Saint in the chat. I love that. Oh my god, okay. Alright, I can work on that for you. I can do that for you, baby.
Thank you. My birthday is July 21st, so before then would be nice.
My birthday's mine's is July 26th, so you'd be covering 2 birds with 1 stone.
Exactly.
You'd be covering 2 birds with 1 stone. You'd be covering, there you go. Alright, Sam asks, what is one thing you would like to tell someone new to D&D?
Not every DM is like Matthew Mercer. So don't expect Matthew Mercer when you're playing D&D, because all DMs have a different playing style. Even the people that are heavy RP, it's different. And
people will take like Dimension 20, Critical Role, and the Adventure Zone, and like that's all they know, so they immediately think that DMing and gameplay is going to be just like that. And it's like...
It's not, and that's what makes it good, though, that it's not. Because it's yours.
What works for them won't necessarily work for everyone else.
Yeah. And also be, like, clear on what kind of game you want to play. Do you want to just do... For example, my boyfriend doesn't like... he's not a big fan of the role-playing aspect of it, but he's incredibly good with battle strategy. So he loves playing D&D with battle strategy and fighting in mind. While I find that quite boring sometimes, if it doesn't have any story to it. But that's me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's me. What about you, Saint? Vain?
Sorry. Like, it was like, that sounds amazing. I love hearing about what you have to say. One thing I would like to tell someone who wants to start D&D, is that the question?
Yeah.
Okay. Pick your dice and pray to them, because they will save you at some point. I treat my dice carefully. I let them rest in a very specific place, and I give them kisses, and I thank them after the game. I am mentally sane, I swear.
Read your character sheets before you play.
Yeah,
No,
get to
it's
know your
fine.
spells.
Please read your stuff.
Get to know your spells.
You don't gotta memorize anything. Even if
Yeah,
you're doing D&D Beyond, but read your stuff beforehand. Just read. Know who you are.
Yeah, have an idea of what you're playing.
What are you playing? Do you not know what class are you? You need to know these things.
Would be nice.
All right, next question. Another question for Hulda. I am DMing for the first time Saturday. Any tips? This is from Starkiller.
Gosh, it's exciting. It's very scary. Don't be afraid to take control. Don't be afraid to take space in the beginning, because you have to kind of assert that you are the main storyteller. Because it can be, as a new DM, that you kind of like, oh no, I'm just gonna let you guys, like, oh, you guys have such cool characters, I'm just gonna let this happen. It, like, have a solid little story. It doesn't have to be complicated, and just have fun. Yeah, and be ready for your players to do the exact opposite of what you planned. And don't cry afterwards. I know you will want to.
Right?
I know you want to. Don't do it.
Cry during and make it part of the. During and make it one of the.
Don't cry during.
Really
Do not show any
during.
weakness.
No.
Don't show any
Make
weakness.
it part of the role play.
No,
Make it part of the role play.
No, don't do it.
Make a character start crying.
Make an NPC. If you need to cry,
you have
make
to
an
be
NPC.
quick.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's what I was saying. Make a character start crying. I was saying, do an NPC
NPC
who
that
starts
starts
crying to get out the
Okay.
emotion, and then just turn it back around and be like, now I'm the monster. Die. No, you have to switch. But play an NPC. Be a character. Crying is natural. Crying as an NPC.
Assert your dominance.
Not as a DM. Show emotion.
Yeah.
They'll think you're weak.
And,
But cry as an NPC, that's fine.
Yeah, and one thing I was talking to another friend about when it comes to DMing is consequences. That every action has a consequence. So, and that's something apparently that people don't often think about. Every single action your characters do has a consequence. Everything is the butterfly effect. So even the smallest thing that they do, make it into a big thing later. Because it'll show that whatever
See, you
they
say
do.
that, and my heart starts racing. Like, I'm getting nervous.
Good, you should be.
Because I do a lot of dumb shit. I know.
The one time that you did something really small, like you kicked a rock, and you're like, oh, that rock.
Oh, that
rock
rock.
had a family. That rock had a family.
No, we already had that problem once. We're not going back there. But if I can come back to the question, as a player, I would like one thing I am like very adamant of is thank your DM for the time they put in and the gymnastics they go through to present to you a wonderful game for you to enjoy, because it is incredible the amount of work they do during and before the game and after the game, just for you to have like this experience, this fever dream with a bunch of other people. It's amazing. So just say thank you to your DM.
On the forehead.
Me sending you kisses, Hulda.
Every time your DM ends, you need to get them a little Hammond forehead kiss. Only way to thank them. All right, next question from Robin the Curious. What mythical creature would you want to encounter in your campaign?
A dragon!
No!
Okay.
I want to encounter a dragon!
You do that on your own times. Don't bring that in my campaign.
In your,
No.
as if it's your cat,
The
as
brutal,
if you have
no,
any.
that's for another person.
DM.
I'm in a dragon.
The brutal brother who can have the dragon, apparently.
I appreciate that.
Not
I don't
in
know
my
if it's
rom-com.
a like creature in D&D, but a manticore.
Yeah, they exist. They're cool.
Manticores, yeah.
Terrified. That would send me. I would love to meet one because it would be a safe space for me to meet one, but I live in terror of them.
Like in real life, you're like, if I were to come across this, I would. Mm-mm.
Oh, I would just pass out of fear. It's one of the
But
few
in like
things I'm like,
D&D, there's a barrier of reality, you know?
exactly, and I love that. Escapism.
So
Makes me happy.
Reed just wrote in the chat, you guys are going to get a dragon egg though. Like, you are going to an auction to try to steal a dragon egg.
No, that's why I'm in denial right now about that. We don't talk about it. We don't talk.
It's not like that's the entire
It's not
quest!
yet. It's not real yet until it's here.
Just
it's
like
not
saying,
real yet.
I will ignore my problems until they become actual problems. You see?
Object permanence of a baby. If I can't see it, it's not real.
Exactly.
Okay. Question from Seraph Blade 25. If your current or favorite character obtained a familiar, what would their familiar be? If you had a little companion, it could be an animal, it could be.
What would Saints be? A little bat?
What's your familiar?
No, not a bat. What? See, I think Saint has a real disconnect with nature, though.
Oh, wow.
So it would be, strangely enough, probably like a raven, but like a skeleton one, if she can have one. Like she would have a
Like
pet,
not
but
real.
it's just an animated skeleton.
Yeah.
So if something happens to the cat and it comes back, well, Saint would be the new owner of the
Well,
cat.
to be honest, a
There you
familiar,
go.
like if you have find familiar, it doesn't actually die. Like when it loses hit points, it just goes into like it's
a fae.
plane.
So it's like a weird creature that's like self-sufficient, that's not even real for real.
Yeah.
It's not even real for real.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah,
it
not
doesn't
even,
even
and you
eat.
can make it into
doesn't
different
eat or anything.
things. So
yeah.
you can be like, no, it doesn't eat. So I feel like that would probably, if you had a familiar that was specifically with find familiar, just was not even a real object, not even a real creature that existed. I don't need to feed it, walk it, none of that. No. It just looks kind of.
Yeah.
I think
know.
for like summer-bound streams, so Phelan, for example, from the Frankenpunk, which we are doing again on Friday. I'm very excited. I think Phelan's animal would be I think it would be either a dog, some kind of dog, like a very smooth black, because she's very loyal and she's very protective.
Like a German.
No, not quite
A
a German
Doberman.
like yeah, kind of like that. Or she would have like a ferret. I don't know why.
Like,
but I just like the thought of like a ferret, just like she's like so hard on herself,
Crazy.
and then to her just having a ferret around her neck that just like goes up and just like
Ferrets are
nuzzles
crazy.
her a bit.
Unhinged. Ferrets are unhinged and I love them.
Not all of them,
Yeah.
They're crazy.
but like it's like a little.
A significant amount of them are unhinged. A lot of small animals like that are so unhinged, and I love it. Such fun.
True.
It's so
Very true.
it's like foxes. Like people are like, oh,
Yes.
foxes. I'm like, I love foxes. They're unhinged. They're so chaotic.
They're crazy. But yeah, I think that would be like her
I love them.
familiar. Would like either be like a big like black dog or a ferret.
I think I would give Robin, my other character in the same campaign. You know that kind of cat that is perfectly white with blue eyes?
I was legit gonna say that one. I was legit gonna say like Marie and the Aristocats.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like a pearl diamond necklace.
Yes.
Exactly.
I
Barbie
was
buy you a
legit
pearl
gonna
diamond
say
necklace
that.
for your cat.
Oh my
Perfectly.
God.
So fluffy. Such a fluffy cat.
Oh my god.
Then Harvey buy like a diamond necklace.
For the cat.
Oh, I love that.
Mhm.
For the cat.
All right, next question is
Oh no, now I'm
from-
getting terrible images of Harvey.
No.
Next question is from Death by Vanilla Ice Cream. Rip. I'm sorry you had to die by vanilla ice cream. To Vain, what's your number one pet peeve in D&D?
In D&D?
Yes.
Honestly, it's because I have this mentality all my life of winning, and D&D is not about winning. So it's really hard on me when like I have to understand to what I roll is for the experience, and I'm slowly learning to let it happen and be like, okay, it's fine. But like I always get so upset when I roll low during a fight. I'm like, that's it. It's it for me. I have to go. I have to leave. I can't deal with this.
What do you think Ree feels? Her dice are cursed.
I thank the gods that I'm not Ree, because like those natural ones all the time. I don't know what Ree did to upset the gods, but wow.
She's
did.
our Will Wheaton.
It's so fun. Every time.
Oof.
So yeah, rolling low would be my pet peeve, but I'm trying to work with it and learn that like it's not a bad thing. You get to experience other things at winning.
Yeah.
You gotta lose to make winning worth winning.
Exactly. It's like life.
You're too wise. I don't like it.
Too bad. That sounds like a you problem.
Oh my god.
All right.
I have many.
All right. Here's a question from Sweet Stories. Has your character done anything that surprised you?
What?
Shown kindness to Cadaver. That's
Ooh! Okay.
time she's like, you know what? He's not that bad of a guy. I should be friends with him. Every time I'm like, wow, we're really going there today, aren't we? I'm surprised she can do that. And you, Hulda, what would you say?
Have you had a character that surprised you at some
Oh
point?
yeah, every time Celine opens her fucking mouth in Tanks and Treasures. That bitch. I love her so much. But she is the most difficult character I've made, but also I made her difficult because I wanted a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every choice she's ever made.
I
That's all I'm gonna say.
love that.
Dynamic.
Oh man,
All
yeah.
right. Next question is. Oh well, you never technically answered the question from Fergus, but we're just gonna choose to ignore that.
Yeah.
It's how does it feel to be the second best blood hunter in the show? That was the question. That was a little while ago. I think we should choose to ignore it.
Next
Yeah.
question.
Next question. Michael doing his best. You are still doing your best, Michael, and I'm very proud of you. Asks, any good session snack tips?
Any good? Oh, I love that question.
gonna
See,
say-
you got me.
I feel like it's meant for you.
That was meant for you.
Let me help you. So, what you want is something crunchy, so people know you're eating. They can hear it, but it's ASMR.
Yeah,
They're
you
like,
should
oh, I'm
also-
getting
I love that
into
you
it.
say that. On stream, do mute yourselves if you do that.
She's gonna murder me someday.
One
I
day.
swear. I can't wait. I'm excited. And try to pick something that is not too saucy, not soup, not something that will get your fingers dirty, because you want to roll, you know? So I would say like little things to bite from, like easy with hands, no need for knife and fork. You're good.
I'm just gonna say
And just
strong
knowing that
alcohol.
the DM is looking into your eyes and being like, I will murder you. I will commit murder, right? It's so great.
Like a bag of chips and just starts crunching.
It's not like
Yeah.
I'm DMing
Done that.
and running the text stream at the same time and being DJ. It's fine. The gods are testing me.
It's fine. Give it 2 weeks. Give it 2 weeks. Give it 2 weeks. All right. Oh, so question from Meg DWT. I don't know how that word would be said, but that's the username, Meg.
Yes, Meg. I know
Question
Meg.
for all? Question mark. If you could bring one of your D&D characters into this world for a day, who would it be and what would you do?
One D&D character into this world.
When you-
Into this world for a day.
I would
Who would
love.
you bring and what would you do?
I would love to bring Phelan and just find a spa somewhere and just let her breathe for a day. I would like to sit and just talk to her and be like, you know, we're just gonna sit by the river and just drink coffee and let's just have a little chat about our feelings. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's...
Free session, you say?
Yeah, and then I would like her to teach me how to shoot a gun.
Oh no, that's a fantastic idea.
Yes.
Valid.
I think I would bring Lorenzo, but in human form. So I have this
Please.
new character that it has not been seen on stream at any time, but he's a bird, a giant bird.
I love him.
A humanoid
I love
bird.
him. I'm gonna marry that bird. I'm gonna marry that bird.
I love that bird so much.
I'm gonna marry that bird. I will marry that bird for the last thing.
He is just a lot of fun because he doesn't care for anything except for doing good work and getting those shiny rocks, which is money. He loves money. And, and I think I would take Lorenzo to a restaurant and we eat a ton of food and then drink a ton and just have a great chatting night and then just go steal things together, shiny things, because we're both obsessed with that. And he can fly. He can fly.
He can fly. So, like, that's cool. Go freaking fly. So back to Boo said, if you got to be in the Gods and Goddesses one shot, which god/goddess would you be of?
I actually had a goddess planned for that game, and it was really unfortunate that I couldn't join due to life events. But I had planned to play the goddess of...
Sorry, you cut out?
And so it would be...
Wait, you cut out. Say it again.
I wanted to play the goddess of inconvenience. And so it would be a mix of Eris from Sinbad and Loki. And it would just be me. It would just be me. And saying things like, oh, you just trip, how inconvenient. And my opponent would literally just roll at disadvantage very often and fail very often. And it'd just be really inconvenient. It'd just be really fun. I would make puns all the time.
That would be amazing.
I love it.
I think I would love to be a goddess.
See, with...
No.
What did you say, Vane?
What did you say?
I just said, like, with the character that you played, Art, like, we talked a little bit about it, and it was fantastic because you did decay and waiting for your things to die, and my goddess would just, like, pass by and, like, bring back life as you're trying to...
And then I'm just angry. And, like, my character would just be angry. Like, I'd be such an old god, and I'd be so tired of your nonsense. Just get out. I'm a tired Furbolg. Leave me be.
The entertainment. What would you pick, Hulda?
This is such an OP thing, but because I'm not doing the one shot, I can say it. The goddess of alternate timelines. So
please explain.
So, like either the goddess of like alternate timelines or like the goddess of the butterfly effect. So either it could be like we are in this timeline and then something really bad happens in this timeline and she'd be like, no, and then she just switched timelines. So we suddenly in the timeline where that didn't happen.
Stop. That's no.
And then if something like, oh, I didn't like how that happened.
You could just be time, but you made it more difficult. You could just be time and like...
No, because time is
but you made it more difficult.
No, I want it to be specific.
You made it more difficult.
I want to be specific. I don't want like time because then that's a lot. I just want timelines. I could just be like, no, I'm just going to switch timelines. No, because it's different. And then, or I could be like the butterfly effect, being like, I want this thing to happen. Okay, I'm just gonna... Like the domino butterfly effect. I'm gonna break this glass, and because this glass broke, someone is gonna die in Japan because of the butterfly effect. Like something like that would be so much fun.
And you said it's not more than time. The idea that one thing can change another thing into multiple variations.
It's like the
that are endless.
multiverse. It's like the
I
Marvel
know, but how is that
multiverse.
less complicated than literal time? Like you could just be like, I go back in time, I
Because-
go forward, I pause time.
Because that's
you,
not. I feel like that's not a
this
goddess
man in
though.
Japan,
She's not allowed to
tripped
play
on a
it.
rock.
Because we're talking about
DM has to
goddesses.
deal with-
The
Yeah.
poor DM. The poor DM.
I mean, it's Fergus. I would have been fine with Fergus suffering
Exactly.
for
Yeah,
it.
Fergus. He
Exactly.
would've been- yeah,
I
it
would
would've been
only
okay
do
if it was
it. I would
Fergus.
only do it if Fergus was the DM. I would never do it with any other DM.
He wouldn't care. He wouldn't
He
care.
would care. He would give me the same
would
look that he
accept
gave
it.
Myth when Myth opened her mouth the first time as Vint. Be like, I
Myth-
had made a huge mistake. Like that would be the
Yeah.
same with me.
It'd be the look we gave Myth when Myth had like 20 magical items. We were like, oh no, what have we done? What if we created the power?
So yeah.
So. Alright, so. Seraph Blade 25 also asks, how thick are Hulda's notebooks? This is a while ago, so I think it was in reference to your notes, but
This.
I don't believe that. There's gotta be an alternate secret we don't know about, perhaps. Maybe some loose paper
So,
hanging around,
This is
stuck
the
to the wall.
this is the Waywards. This is my Waywards notebook. This is the BBs, and this is my personal for my own campaign. But I have two different books for the different ones. Sometimes, let me just see. And I
power you.
I do like write really like sometimes I write maybe this thing, I don't know, figure it out. Could this be fun? Maybe. Do this if you feel like it. And then it just
Perhaps.
happens. Perhaps this question mark? But yeah,
Well, you know what? The more you know.
the more you know.
Scarlet G99 asks, what is Saint's weapon of choice?
It's a blade.
That's a
Dagger, dagger, dagger.
so. Saint just received a new weapon in the last few episodes, which is a dagger of lightning,
Mhm.
lightning, and it looks like a fantastic item to play. I cannot physically wait to use it because it literally turns into lightning and strikes people, and it's beautiful. But for now, my personal favorite for Saint is the hand crossbow, which she can imbue with Blood Hunter magic and make it twice as powerful. And she can just keep shooting arrows with it, which is very convenient for her and for me.
Spicy. Oh, crazy _ teacup asks, what's your favorite quote from your party so far? So, Hulda or Vain, if you had any quotes that you can remember that's your favorite.
I have one.
From
I have one.
Oh.
A job is a job.
Oh my god. Listen, that scene I felt very cool. Especially because you did not want me to catch that glass and I still did it.
You
I was
did.
proud.
And then it was thrown again.
Smashed it. My personal favorite is Roll for Sob.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah.
Roll for Sob is also like
yeah.
iconic. And
But
we
yes,
still
yeah.
need to get a Twitch emote with Roll for Sob.
I would love that. I would personally, if we could get it on a t-shirt, I would have it. Or on a
A
baseball
little
cap.
sticker. Yes.
Well,
We'll
you know,
see.
here's what we'll do. We'll all go to like the same custom shirt, like everyone from the two groups, and we'll all like get the exact same shirt, order it for ourselves, and then like one day on stream just have it and say nothing. Like it's just there, and we don't comment that our shirt says "Roll for Sob," and all of us are just matching, and we're like, "What?
We'll be
Huh?
like, oh,
Our
this
shirts? Why
old
is Jeff
thing?
mentioning our
Oh,
shirts?
don't.
I just picked this up out the dump."
Oh, I was thrifting.
God.
Yes, we all went to the same thrift store in
Thrifted.
different countries.
Thrift store, and they had you know how like they have multiple shirts at thrift store.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Oh yeah.
So from Sparrow Sparrowling95, if you could play another class in this campaign, and Hulda, if you were a PC and not a DM, what would you choose? So, Vain, if you could play another class, or Hulda, if you were a player, not a DM in this campaign, who would you play?
A warlock, I think.
Or what class? Ooh.
We don't have any warlocks in the Waywoods. That would be fun.
No, we don't. We don't. That would be really interesting. I think I would play a bard. Just because we need another bard, just to have more.
I feel like you don't have enough bards, honestly.
And we saw really good.
I don't think you have enough bards. I feel like we could use
I would love to play a bard just to be able to properly seduce Gwen, and then also seduce Val, and also seduce Coraline, and then still beat the shit out of Cadaver.
That's universal. That's universal.
That's universal. It doesn't change with the character.
I like how we played a separate campaign that had nothing to do with this one, and you still wanted to beat the crap out of Cadaver.
Same. my Birdman would still beat the crap out of Cadaver.
You didn't even know
Be
him.
like, exotic dancer, I'm sorry.
And you just literally want to throw hands on this random individual who was just living. And you're like, I feel something in the air that says I can kick your butt. See a little tingle in the wind. Alright, next question from Punky Dino. Have you noticed a trend / pattern across your characters, like a quirk or trope or a habit that you accidentally or on purpose work into them? So something that's kind of consistent between all your characters.
You go. No.
I did notice one for Saint. I didn't realize it until like 2 episodes ago, and now it's really like something for me. Saint has the need when she communicates with people to either like lean towards them or touch them in some way. So she knows that like she is being heard by them and they see her. And so she needs that at all times. When she's communicating with someone specific, she needs to like either touch them or just to let them know she's talking to them. And I just think it's a fun little thing for someone who doesn't know intimacy and is deeply in need of it.
Was the question what all of our characters that we played have in common? Or what was it?
Like, have you noticed a pattern or trend across your characters? This can be
across
like
our characters.
Yeah, so any character you play, have you noticed like one consistent thing that like you do to a lot?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Or somehow work in, even on accident.
For me, what I've realized is that the characters are always hiding something or leading a double life or presenting a version of themselves that isn't real, like isn't true.
Lies.
Yeah,
so slander.
For example, with Celine, she is really cruel sometimes and mean and very brash and sarcastic and just blah. And sometimes can be borderline like an evil alignment, but but that's because she's suppressing or so many things in her that have happened in her past that have turned her to this thing, though she doesn't. And there's a lot of like that with Phelan. She is very, very soft and scared and loves her friends, but she's so cold on the outside if you don't know her. Like, so, like, you can't read her. And yeah, with, like, loads of other characters that I played, that they always have a front of some kind to, like, protect themselves.
I would say across like my many characters played over the years. I actually have like 3 characters right now. I would personally say that if they have one thing in common, is that they have been changed by something that happened in their past, and now the way they behave is not actually how they used to be. So they will, like, in the party, they will have this very specific personality and interact like all cheery and fun and just like, haha, everything perfect and wonderful. While Lorenzo will make jokes and will not really care. But it's very different from who they were before meeting the party.
The incident.
Before the incident.
The
Not the
incident.
And
incident.
same
Not the
she
incident.
became a lot more open, and even though we see her as like an edge, she was even worse before she met the party, and now with the party she gets to like actually like care about people and like laugh with others, and
Mm.
I love that for her. I love that for her.
2 more questions before we wrap up tonight. This is a question from Michael is doing his best. I said it once, I said it before. Michael, you're doing amazing. What is currently your character's greatest fears? And what fears do you have for your characters?
Right now, Saint greatest fear, even though she hasn't shown it to the party, is to not make it back in time to see her sister. Because they're on the quest, and she just learned that her sister is still alive, and all she wants is for this quest to end so she can leave and go look for her. But she's not gonna mention it to the party because she doesn't want to derail anything, because anything that would go wrong would delay her from it. And my fear for her is that my and do something.
Repeat that last thing.
No, I can't say.
You cut out. No, you cut out.
Oh, well, okay. Well, all I said is like my DM, my beautiful, gorgeous, fantastic, talented DM, is gonna pull a beautiful trick out of her sleeve and surprise me in some way I was not expecting with my backstory.
I mean, I'm just playing what you
Wait.
gave me, baby.
I know. I'm scared. I gave a lot.
Oh, not
Should
more
have
than
been Steve.
Stevie gave me more.
Should have been Steve.
Stevie, you had nothing compared to Stevie. Stevie had to send me an email.
We needed a small essay. We needed like a college thesis for this.
No, I was reading a novel. I was like, okay,
novel?
I need to sit down with snacks and the bottle of wine. This is gonna take a while.
I need a water.
Send
Not
it
a
to
whole
me.
email.
I need-
No,
I
you
need
tried to
that
send it in
now.
an email, but it was too big. The email was too big. You had to make a Dropbox.
Oh my
Send it to the drive. Send an email to the drive just to get your backstory.
Yes. Oh my gosh. No, I'm not sending the email.
We know, Stevie. Yes, your boy is complicated. I think we noticed with the email.
god! And that's why Steve wants to beat the shit out of it.
It's because he has an email.
Exactly.
All right.
Oh,
So let's go ahead and go with the last question for the night. This one is for Vain because we are coming right back around to you. Since you have not been with us before, this is from Death by Vanilla Ice Cream. What is currently motivating Saint to stay with the party?
Ooh.
that is a very hard question right now. I'm not gonna try and sound cheap, but the sense of found family, I think, is what's keeping her there and making this quest she doesn't care about the egg, she doesn't care about anything. Those last few days she is spending with this group, with this party, is like, I already thought about it. This is what she considers the last she will be happy before she has to return home to find what is left of her family. And she doesn't know if she'll come back alive. She doesn't know if she'll come back okay. So this last quest for her is the last she'll be happy for a long time.
I got chills.
And she's trying to enjoy it as much as she can.
Look, I don't cry on stream, but that made me emotional.
And thank you.
Little Mosh.
A little
God. Okay. Right. Well,
That is a good way to
I
end
guess
it.
we have to leave on a
Yeah.
sad. Everyone
No.
go sob. Yeah, go roll for sob.
Roll for sob, bitches.
Real quick,
But
Gosh, yeah.
just thank you all for joining us today. I'll remind you that our Frankenpunk one shots will be this Friday, I believe, at the same time as everything, PM Eastern, and whatever variation that may be for your time. So be sure to check that out. You'll be back DMing that, and we'll have a few new people and some of the old characters kind of coming in for a whole new adventure. I believe this Saturday is the Brutal Brotherhood.
With Too Hard
so
the
you can check-
Bard still with us as a
Too
guest.
Hard the Bard will be hanging out as a guest for another time. So you should come check that out as well. And then next week will be another question about same time. You'll find out who's in it by going to our social medias and staying updated in the coming days. But thank you both for coming out and for joining on this lovely roasting of yourselves. And I hope you had a good time, and thank all of you.
Fantastic.
Yes. Thank you all for coming out and experiencing our little question bound and giving all these amazing questions. And wherever you are, wherever you may be, I hope you're having a lovely day or night.
Thank you so much. Thank you for hosting. You're wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.